everyone, welcome back to another stream. I am Blake Strife, and today we are continuing our mission of nuzlocking every mainline Pokemon game in the series. Last time, we lost pretty badly against the Pokemon League. Hey Lucas, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Like I was saying, last time we made it to the Pokemon League in Pokemon Yellow, but unfortunately, because of an unlucky paralysis, we got crushed by Lance and all of his team of dragons. Yeah, so clearly I have a lot of making up to do because now we have to restart from the very beginning and do everything again. Oh man, this is gonna be a long run. So, like usual. Oh, yeah, it's been a while, Lucas. I took a very long break from streaming. I had some stuff coming in through life and work, and just not a lot of time to do much of anything. But yeah, I've been back for about maybe 2 to 3 weeks now. And I'm just getting back into the swing of things, so here I am. So it's good to have you. It's good to see you again. Hopefully, we'll have some fun in the streams to come. So we're back here in the beginning, having to do all of the nitty-gritty stuff again. Obviously, since this is Pokemon Yellow, we don't have a choice of a starter. We have to always choose Pikachu, which is not a bad thing, except for the first gym. But unlike my last run, I know mostly where I went wrong, and know what mons I need for certain situations if I can catch them. For example, Pikachu is obviously useless against the first gym since Onix is Park Ground type, but there is another mon I can use that can be useful against them. All right, so. As a celebration of you being here, Lucas, how would you like to give the first name to our first Pokemon, Pikachu? Anything you got, as long as it's appropriate. Cause I am horrible at picking names, so hopefully people can help me out with this. Let's see. While you do that, let me see if I can think of something. Names, electricity. What do we got? Let's see. Lewis. You know what? Let's go. You know what? We're going with it. We're going with it. Lewis. Hey, I'll take it. For me, when I can't think of names of stuff, I always try to think of like an element and find different names that mean that same element. For example, I was just looking up different names that come up with lightning, but none of them were to my taste. So. Alright, as usual, we have our first battle against our rival, which I named Blue. Because, well, that's his in-game name, so why never. Unlike in Pokemon Red and Blue, his starter will always be Eevee, and ours will always be Pikachu. Whether Pikachu actually survives the entire run is totally up to chance. But it's looking so far so good, because we already got a first turn paralysis, so yay. And a critical hit. I take that as a sign that this... Oh, never mind. We got critical hit in return. Never mind. We better not lose our first run. Our first fight, I mean. Nope, we're good. There we go. Alright, first of many wins on the board. Okay. I picked the wrong Pokemon. There was only one Pokemon to pick, Blue. Come on. Alright. What? Oh, yeah. It's odd, Rampage, that your Pikachu dislikes the Pokeball. Well, yeah. Of course. Yeah. Like before, I didn't know my favorite so unlike before, and then a different stream, I explained that my favorite Pokemon game of all time is Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Mostly because of the little niche that you can have a Pokemon walk right beside you while you're walking around the overworld. I didn't know until I picked up Pokemon Yellow like 10 years later that they already did that as a mechanic with Pikachu. You know, you have the little Pikachu running around with you and being all cute and everything. Oh really? Oh really? Well, let me happily explain to you the rules. So in Nuzlocke is basically where you in every single route you catch the first Pokemon that you find. You get if you make it faint or run away from it, that's it. You can no longer catch a Pokemon from said route. You have to nickname every single Pokemon that you catch. Make that special attachment to that Pokemon. That way, that in case if it faints, it's gone for good. You cannot use it anymore. You can't go to the Pokemon Center to heal it up and reuse it. No. Once a Pokemon faints, it's gone for good. It's officially dead. And if you lose your entire team in a single battle, the run is over. You have to restart. And that, unfortunately, is what happened to me in my last stream. I was literally in the penultimate battle of the game, and I lost my entire team. All because my first Pokemon got paralyzed, and that gave my opponent the opportunity to sweep my entire team. Also, I feel like there were some shenanigans that happened because anytime I did anything, the trainer was ready for it. So, yeah. Some other rules for the Nuzlocke. It doesn't officially start until we're able to catch Pokeballs. So when you see me, when you saw me knocking out the Rattatas, I did it because the Nuzlocke hasn't officially started yet. It will only start once I get Pokeballs to catch Pokemon with. So while I have you and hopefully many other viewers join my streams, I'm hoping to get more name options because it's gonna be hard picking names for a bunch of Pokemon, and I've already kind of gone through a bunch of them already because I not only Nuzlocked this game, but I also Nuzlocked Pokemon Blue version, which I did complete, but this one was a bit more different than I thought. So here's to winning this run and coming up with good names. Ooh, crap. By the way, I am playing this in an emulator. I figured it'd be easier to record and stream, you know. So, Lucas, how have you been? What have you been up to in this time that I've not talked to you? Yep, we got the Pokedex. That was my dream. Now I'm too old. Classic. Huh. Alright. Of course, our driver has to be the snarky kid who thinks he's always better than us, so we have to prove them wrong. Alright, so I'm going to be using speed up because, let's be honest, old games tend to run kind of slow, so I'll be using speed up to get through the boring parts of the run as much as I can. And now, since we give Mr. Oak the Pokedex, now we can get Pokeballs. I'm going to start off with 10, and also get a couple of things to start off with. Antidotes, always useful, and then potions, always useful. Alright. Alright. Trying to find a job while going to school, trying to earn a bit to get my driver's license. Oh, aren't you? Oh yeah, especially these days when stuff is just getting really expensive. Do you know, like this, I'm just talking for my area, but gas prices have gone so high. Like, I live in Florida, and gas prices have gone as high as like $4.59 a gallon where like a year ago they were at a maximum 330. When I had some like days off and stuff, I used to do Uber. I used to like do Uber, you know, drive Uber, give out deliveries, drive people around. But now the amount of money I would have gotten compared to how much gas I would have to put into the car, I had to stop doing it. It was just not worth it. So, because things are gotten so expensive, it's that bad. So I wish you the best of luck of finding a job, and make sure to not forego school, because that is important. We have like 2.4 euros per liter, so yeah, incredibly expensive. I guess it's expensive everywhere. Yeah. But either way, I wish you the best of finding you a job that lets you go to school. Make sure to take school. Make sure to make school a priority, because it'll always be helpful. Okay, so now we are back here. I'm not going to Thundershock this thing because Pidgey is weak to electricity. So we're gonna hopefully try to catch it in our Pokeball. And hopefully we don't get killed by it, because the run is officially starts as we have Pokeballs now. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep chucking. You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna throw one more Pokeball, and if it doesn't catch it, I'm going to use a Thunder Shock to weaken it. Hopefully it doesn't kill it. Alright. Okay. Don't kill. Don't kill. Don't kill. Don't kill. Come on. I said not to kill! Well, now you see what I mean. Since I've knocked out the Pidgey from this route, I can no longer catch anything from this route. So we have to move on to the next route to find something helpful. And as usual, I gotta heal up. And move on. Alright, off to the next route. Now we go to the left. Alright, so this is a new route. Now let's see if we can get something good. Okay. Spearow is not terrible, but I still feel like if I throw a Pokeball, it will knock it out. So let's try. Let's just... Oh, look at that! Wait! We got the Spearow, and we didn't even have to knock it out. Nice. Okay, so now that we've caught a Spearow, we can no longer catch anything else in this route, even though there was much better options, like Nidoran, for example. So this little birdie will be added to our party. Alright. Alright, so now, what to name you? Let me see. What to name you? KFC. You know, why not? Why not? I like names that can make me laugh. Why not? Alright, so that's another route to Pokemon that we caught. We have one more route before we do our next battle, so let's go up. Oh, this is if you've never played Gen 1, this is the guy who supposedly teaches you how to catch Pokemon. But we'll see. Because sometimes he doesn't always catch it, which is odd, because you'd think a tutorial would be, you know, guaranteed. Oh, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? It's weird. Like, you would think a tutorial to show you how to do something would show you that how it actually works when it works, you know? I know, right? Like, it's weird. It's weird, like... Okay, moving on. Our next encounter. And this little patch of grass up here. Okay, so we got another chance at a Pidgey. See, here's the thing. Hey, Dove Fawcett, welcome to the stream. How you doing? So here's the thing. If we re-encounter a Pokemon that we knocked out in a previous route and see it again in a new route, we get another chance of catching it. Now, since this Pidgey is level 7, it should survive a Thunder Shock. Unless we get a critical hit, which, fingers crossed, we don't. Okay, so we got the critical hit, but it didn't die. So, now it's lower health, and now we have a better chance of catching it. And hopefully we can catch it before it kills us. Come on. See? There we go. Now we have a Pidgey. And we have another member to the team. The tiny bird. Want to give it a nickname? Yes. So, Mr. Dove Fawcett, since you're new to the stream, would you like to grant us with a nickname for our newly captured Pidgey? Because I'm trying to get better names, because my name choices for this is kind of lame. So I was hoping maybe you can give me an idea. Lucas, you too. If you're still here, give us some suggestions, because I need all the help I can get. Good. Oh, Oddish is in the game. I actually caught one in my last run. Sadly, it did not survive very long because I underestimated how some of the mechanics in this game work. So. Okay, so Pidgey, just a little pigeon. Let's see. I think I'm gonna call you. Hydro. I think I'm gonna call you. Come on. I'm gonna call you Wingman. You know, because bird wings. Okay, so we did that. I wanted to catch one more Mon, and that's in the next round, or in the next location. Right here. Let me heal up. Oh, this is another rule. This is another rule of a Nuzlocke. All these special items, any kind of items that we're able to use in battle, we can't use them. Because normally you're able to use like healing items, stat boosting items, things like that in battle. Well, in a Nuzlocke, you can't. You can't. It would make things too easy. So we won't be using them. So we gotta be careful on who we fight, how we fight, and all that stuff. Ah, beautiful. This is exactly what I wanted. A Caterpie. Okay, now let's see if we can catch it in the Pokeball. Beautiful. Beautiful. We got the worm. You want to give a nickname? Yes. I know. Basically, the Pokemon community made these rules in order to make the games more challenging, you know? Because there's very, very, very different ways to cheese a win against even the hardest CPU trainers, so that's why these rules exist, and that's why I wanted to prove myself as a good Pokemon player, you know? So, give me a name. Give me a name. Give me a name for this Caterpie who will eventually become a butterfly. I was thinking Wormy, you know, from like SpongeBob, you know? But like, that's the best I got. So come on, give me the name. Give me a name, come on. Gotta throw out my trash. I have to throw out my trash soon. That's good. Actually, I'm in the mood for some candy. One second. Ever had a Tootsie Roll that wasn't chocolate? Apparently they make fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls now. Or have been making fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls. Alright, so I'm gonna name you... I was thinking Mothra, but... Nah, it's not a moth, it's a butterfly. This is kind of lame, but here we go. Monarch. Here we go. Alright, so before we move on, there's one battle that I have to do. But first things first, I have to heal up and make sure that everyone's up to spec. Okay. Alright, so we have, so let's still take a look at the team. We have Lewis, our Pikachu. We have 2 flying types. We got KFC the Spearow and Wingman the Pidgey. And now we have Monarch the Caterpie. So up here is a battle with our rival again, but obviously at a higher level. So I pre-installed rare candies into the game to make training a little more bearable, especially on a live stream. I do this because obviously we can train against wild Pokemon and level them up that way. However, there is a chance where we might do something dumb and stay in and having low health and accidentally knock out one of our Pokemon while training. Not to mention training against wild Pokemon takes forever. So I pre-installed rare candies in order to make the leveling up process bearable. One rule about this though, is that we cannot overlevel the next gym leader's Pokemon. We cannot overlevel the upcoming gym leader's Pokemon. So while I level everybody up, I'm to make sure that I don't overlevel them to don't overlevel level 12, because that is what the first gym leader's ace Pokemon's max level is. And while doing this, we can get evolutions this year. Like for example, our little Caterpie is now evolving into a cocoon. Nope, that would be too easy. No. Because like I said before, we're trying to make this a challenge, you know? We're trying to make this challenging, you know, as most people like me do. But it means that we get to see nice little things like evolving Pokemon right away into their final forms. Yes, that was a great episode. But no Metapod today. But we are getting our butterfly. Butterfree. And the reason I like that we got a Butterfree is because it learns Confusion, a special move. And the rock types don't necessarily have the best special defense. So this should be very, very useful. Okay, so. Hey Platino, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Here I am starting over from scratch in Pokemon Yellow. Hoping to getting to complete the run this time. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining. Okay, now that we have everybody leveled up, I'll be sure to pop in later too, okay? Alright, so we're gonna go fight our rival now. Hey, Blake, you're going to the Pokemon League? Forget it, you probably don't even have any badges. The guard won't even let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Well, time to find out. Euro. Yep, Undershock. Okay. Now we can freely take on the birds without any restraint. And going up against an Eevee again, which for some reason is weaker than the Spearow he had up front, so weird. Okay. No sand attack. Please, no more sand attacks. I hate my accuracy being dropped. Ugh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. I hate my accuracy being dropped. It makes things so dumb. Okay, so we defeated Blue. And because we did that, that will change his final team for the league. So now he should have a Jolteon by the end. Which, by the way, is an interesting little thing they did in this game. A bunch of things happen in the first couple of battles you do with him. In the first ever battle that you get with Blue, or the rival, I guess I should say, some things will happen. He will always have an Eevee, which means that his final team will be an evolution of said Eevee. What determines that evolution is if we win or lose against him in the first two battles. For example, if we would have lost our first battle against Blue, his Pokemon would have become a Vaporeon. That's it. Now, if we win the first battle, his Pokemon can either be Jolteon or Flareon. What decides that is the second battle that we just did, and whether we win or lose. Or no, not if we win or lose, if we even do that battle. That battle that we just did against the rival is optional. Everyone who's played Gen 1 at some point should know that. But if we decide to do it, it will change his evolution again. If we skip the battle, it will become a Flareon. But if we fight him and win, it'll become a Jolteon. And because we won not only the first battle we had with him, but that optional battle, that means in his final team, his Eevee will become a Jolteon, which supposedly is supposed to be the best of the three. I'm more of a Vaporeon, but that's a bit touchy subject to go into, so you know. But yeah. So now with all the battles done, now we can move on and go to the first gym, which I'm going to put KFC and Wingman in the front. And just having to battle random bugs. Mostly KFC because he has Peck and is super effective against bugs. Now remember, I cannot overlevel the gym leader's ace Pokemon, so I gotta make sure that my Pokemon right now do not overlevel to level 12. Or past level 12, which I did the mistake once in my previous run, and I wasn't able to use said Pokemon in battles anymore. So I just gotta be careful, make sure that doesn't happen. And you can see how speed up kind of helps in these battles, because some of them are just random trainers, others are just random wild encounters, which being a Nuzlocke can't really do anything with anyway. So just going to move on. And just like that, we're already in the first town with the first gym. Now let's start. Actually, since I have since I have a bit more money, I'm going to buy more Pokeballs because I need them. And then I'm gonna fight the gym. By the way, can you guys hear everything okay? Like, is everything at a decent level? You know, like me obviously talking, the game when I unspeed it, and then the background music when I do speed it. Let me know if you want things like a little louder, a little shorter, or a little deafened, you know, things like that. Okay, so Monarch is going to be our secret weapon against Brock. Because in Gen 1, Brock's Pokemon do not have any rock-type moves. So I don't have to be worried about my Bug-type going up against this stone Pokemon. Diglett. Hoping to get one of those later. Okay, we're gonna switch Confuses to the front and then just start attacking with it. Yeah, that is Generation 1 for you. That was all the way back in 1998. But for new players, it did not make it any less difficult. Especially when you chose something that doesn't have anything super effective against it. That's why I'm happy to have something like Monarch, which has a special move against things that are physically defensive. Level 11. Okay. We're gonna heal up with a potion. And then go for the gym. First gym of 8, people. Let's go. I believe in rock hard defenses and determination. That's why my Pokemon are all rock type. Alright, show me your best. I will. Also, I like how they updated the sprites for the gym leaders because in Gen 1, Brock didn't have a shirt. He was just bare chested. Alright, Monarch, help me out here. Confusion. Oh, cool. That's not too bad. Critical hit. You love to see it. More damage. Now we have the Onyx. Now I would be scared of that if you had any rock moves, but you don't. So I'm just gonna keep confusing you. Confusioning you? Does that make sense? And I actually confused you. With that, with another confusion, and a critical hit, we're guaranteed our first win. Yay to the butterfly! And we did it. We beat Brock. Easy peasy, no big deasy. First gym achieved. Okay, now we can use Flash, and we got some money. And of course, every time we beat a gym leader, we get a TM. But some of them are really bad. Like for example, he gives us Bide, which is a 2-turn move that basically lets the Pokemon sit there, take as much damage as they can for 2 turns, and then on the 3rd turn, give double the damage all the way back to the Pokemon. It's good for a bulky Pokemon like say a Rock type, or potentially a Steel type, but not for frail things like what we have right now. So I'm just gonna keep it for money and for later. Healing up. Let's see again. Okay. Alright, people, let's move on. Let me see if I can buy anything like a repel or something. Paralyze heals, antidotes, escape routes, more potions. You know, because you never know. More potions, and obviously more Pokeballs. Because we're gonna need as much as we can get for what's coming up. Okay, I'm gonna put Lewis in the front because we're gonna need all the levels we can get for him for the next gym because it's a water gym. Weak to electric types, obviously. And I think I might have to start pumping more levels into these guys because you never the thing that I've learned in these past 2 weeks doing these runs is to never underestimate your opponent and the level that they have. Case in point, if you watch any of my shorts on my channel, I made the mistake of dissing a level 50 Venomoth, which knocked down most of my team because it set up one double team and then proceeded to just out the rest of my team. If you want to check that out on my channel, you can, because it's pretty gruesome. And I hate Sand Attack with a passion. Good. Critical hits. Make it worth it. Okay. And mandatory trainers are annoying, and I have no choice but to fight them when they come up. So that's why I use speed up to make it more bearable and to get through it. Can't speak. To get them over with as fast as possible, to not drag out the streams, because for me, when I watch other people's streams, some of this you know, low drag stuff can be entertaining at some points, but not always. So after I put speed up. Oh, and we're learning quick attack, so we're gonna get rid of growl, and now we have our first priority move, and something that's not electric type, so I can use in the case I need something that resists electric type, which is not today because these are Caterpies. Critical hits. Funny thing about critical hits in Gen 1, unlike in later gens, this is the only gen that does this, because, well, the Pokemon Company wasn't even a Pokemon Company back then. We're testing things out. Gen 1 critical hits are dependent on the Pokemon's speed. So, if their speed is high, they have a higher chance of doing critical hits from their moves. It's not like a percentage chance. Well, it is a percentage chance, just a better percentage chance if they have a higher speed. So, Pikachu being somewhat fast can get critical hits like maybe 1/4 of the time, you know? But things that have ridiculous speed, like say an Aerodactyl, which has a base 130 speed, can get crits maybe like half a time to a third of the time. Which is why critical hits are very dangerous against things that are even moderately fast. Case in point, these rats have a good speed stat, and they have a really good chance of doing critical hits. So I have to be careful, because I have lost Pokemon because of these dang rats and their evolutions. The buck rats, the buck teeth rats. Yeah. And of course I get wrapped. Wrap. Funny. Switching out because since I cannot heal and healing up. God, I can't talk. Switching out because since I can't heal in battle, it's better to save that for later and heal it up. Wait, level 12. Okay, so I have to go down here anyway, so always make sure to heal up your Pokemon before battles. To make sure that they're okay when you need them. Oof. See, critical hits can happen at any point, even if you have a low speed stat. But it's just having a better speed or higher speed is just more useful. I was about to say, like, if you can hear the background music, It's this lo-fi thing from Glitch City. A lot of people know Glitch City for his lo-fi or remixes. I thought the one that was playing right now was from like Fire Emblem Fates, you know. But no, it's just a Union Cave. He mostly does Pokemon lo-fi remixes. Hey, Caterpie. Paralyzed. Beautiful. Oh my god. I didn't even notice. I ran out of PowerPoints for this move. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to switch you out. Because although we can heal up with potions, that does not recover our PowerPoints. So we're going to do that. Do that. Get KFC to level 11. I like that name. Alright, so we have a new patch of grass. Time for us to get our next encounter. Let it be something good. Ooh, a Mankey. I haven't got one of these yet. Alright, Thunder Wave. Alright, let's quick attack. Okay, critical hit, but it did not kill. I was gonna be careful with that. And time to chuck a ball. There we go. Alright. We caught our Mankey. The pig monkey Pokemon. You know, because of the snout. Alright. We need a name for this monkey. Fighting monkey. I mean, would it be too cliche to name it Wukong or Sun Wukong? No. Let's see. Names for monkey. Oh, his name was what was his name? He's literally okay. Wait, why am I trying to remember his name? I mean, the character's name is literally just Monkey, you know? But the voice actor who plays him, that I know by heart. I know by heart. Jackie C. That I know by heart. Jackie Chan. Jackie C. We're gonna name you Jackie C. And we have our new member. Okay, so we got our new encounter, and then we're about to get another one coming right up. Healing up. You're real good. Let's level people up first because I do not want to take any chances with the rocket grunts that are coming up inside. The next level cap that we have is level 21, which is Misty Stormy. So let's say 15. Let's level up everybody to 15. That's a good starting point. Karate chop. Beautiful. Just to get everybody, you know, making sure they're not too much of a liability or fodder. Yeah, because especially in this game, the levels creep up on you very, very quickly. Ooh, poison powder. Harden. And then stuns. Okay, what's with all the moves? What's with all the spore moves? Sleep powder. Okay. I don't need that if I do that. And then Lewis to 15. Double team. Double team's okay, but I don't like using it. So I'm just gonna. Alright, we're heading in. Mount Moon. For those of you who've heard this many times before, yeah. And I'm pretty sure our encounter here is going to be the very famous bat Pokemon. Nah, it's okay. Harden will not be forgotten, Lucas. However, there's a funny little thing that happens with moves like that, but we'll come back to it if we need to use it. I'm liking all these paralysis we're getting. Hope we don't get poisoned in return. Good. Yeah. Oh, good goodness. Tell me honestly, are you guys more of a fan of Butterfree or Beedrill? You know? A lot of people say Butterfree because of the anime, but I don't know. After a while, you kind of grow a little appreciation for Beedrill and how it looks. You know? I mean, it's the one that got a Mega Evolution eventually. Now we're just gonna keep going through here and see who else we find. And there it is. The famous Pokemon that would be in most caves in the entire series. Zubat. And we gotta catch it anyway since it's an encounter and you never know. Paralyzed Pokeball. Ugh. Pokeball. I don't want to use a move on it because I think I'll actually knock it out. There we go. Zubat. And I know exactly what I'm gonna name you. I'm gonna name you. I'm gonna name you Acrobat. Get it? Acrobat? Alright, so now we can move on and speed things up just a little bit. But not forget about the trainers in here, which I gotta be careful. Oof. Electric types. Not very much useful in solo runs, but you never know. And quick attack again. See, it got useful. It became useful. Explosion. Yeah, he is. Well, yeah, of course, Nightwing is an acrobat. I mean, his family were called the Flying Graysons. They were circus acrobats. They did things without nets and stuff. Do you ever find it scary when people do things without the safety precautions that they're built with? I mean, I know it's supposed to increase the thrill of it, but I don't know. It just makes me nervous. Like those tightrope guys who do things like, you know, cross like ledges and like chasms in nature and stuff. I always get really nervous when I see that. I'm sure it's amazing when they actually get to the other side, but like, oof, nerve-wracking feeling. And this is why speed up and repels exist. The shop didn't sell repel, so I'm going to be speeding up through this. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab. See, that would have been a nice encounter instead of Zubat, but Nuzlocke rules. We gotta follow them. Nakafair would have been a nice team member to have. We don't really have. Wait, we do. Yeah. So we got TM01, which is Mega Punch. He's a move. Then we're gonna teach it to Jackie C. It already knows 4 moves. Scratch, Leer, low. It did know low kick. Huh. Okay, alright. I'm gonna get rid of Scratch. Give her Scratch for Mega Punch. You know what? Let's give Jackie C some love. Let's have it battle this bad guy in Team Rocket. We're pulling a big job here. Get lost, kid. Hey, I'm the one walking here. Oh, that was a bad idea. Ooh. Some of these back sprites for Gen 1 looks kind of weird. Man, that did a lot of damage. Nice work. I mean, like, look, I mean, I know it's supposed to be like the monkey like this with his tail, but like it kind of looks like those weird fungus things you see in forests, like with the little tentacle like things coming up. It just looks weird. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, I also made a YouTube short about some Gen 1 sprites that look terrifying. Absolute terrifying thing. The most horrifying looking Gen 1 sprite, not in this game because they remade some sprites, but in like red and blue, is Golbat. It's terrifying. If you want my better opinion, I would recommend watching that short because you'll see what I mean. Because I fight one, and oh, just thinking about it gives me chills. Cordyceps. I think that's right. Cordyceps. I think that's right. It's DY, not DE. But yeah, you basically got the right idea. Let's put KFC up front because it's the better bird. But yeah, that's basically what it looks. That's basically the fungus I was talking about. That that Mankey looks like from the back. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to mess with fungi. Yeah, you don't want to mess with fungi. They, oof. And like some of those spore things can get into your brain and do things. I mean, isn't that what The Last of Us was basically based off of? Of like all those zombies and stuff were created by fungi, like polluting like the bloodstream or something. I never played those games. All I saw is some video about it. I can skip that because I don't need it. Oh man. Thank goodness for speed up, but also I have less control than speed up. Oof. Tail up and then quick attack. That's fine. Yeah. Good thing too, because having humanity fall victim to a fungus, to fungi, it's weird and it's scary, very scary, at least to me. I don't know about other people. Other people find it fascinating, which is weird. Oh, I'm gonna miss speed up when we get to the later games because I do plan on nuzlocking every mainline Pokemon game. So we're gonna be doing some of these games for a while. And now we have the Fossil Maniac. Alright, start thinking about which fossil you want. If you want Lord Helix or the Dark Lord Dome. And if you don't know what I mean, I basically mean like if you want to get the Ammonite fossil or the Kabuto fossil. Okay. Volt Orb. A Pokemon that doesn't get any electric boost. Come on. Yes. Excellent. Confusion. Ah, beautiful. When you knock yourself off from confusion. Not funny when it happens on our side, but really, really relishing when it happens on the opponent's side. No tackle. Wait. Take that, nerd. Alright, so which one of these fossils we got? We got the dome fossil, and we have the helix fossil. Do we want an ammonite or a kabuto? I'm leaning more towards kabuto because I've always liked kabutops better. But ammonite has like better water moves. Or just water moves in general. What do you guys think? Helix or dome? I'll let you guys choose. I really hope it stops raining here. Actually, let me look at their move sets real quick. Net. Kabutops. Move learned. That's so weird. Kabuto? Alright, we're going Kabuto. We're going for the dome fossil. We'll use that later. Alright, let's go. Oh, Pikachu's happy. Oh, ooh, I was just about to mess up here. Because, unlike in Gen 1 and 2, what's coming up is a battle with oh, of course there would be an encounter before that happens. Paris. See, now I step. And look who we have here. The fossils Team Rocket surrender now or prepare to fight. Does that sound familiar? Look who it is, Jesse and James. Yeah, Pokemon Yellow was made to be more closely tied to the anime. This game came out like a year or two after Red and Blue came out. That's why some things are different. And they included this fight in here for some reason. Oh, good times. I kind of miss seeing Team Rocket shenanigans in the Pokemon anime these days. You know, it was so sad to see that they finally let Ash retire. Well, not retire, but you know, like just make his adventures end with us. So, you know, I mean, of course, Team Rocket weren't always a threat, but it was nice to see them, you know, in their shenanigans. Now we have like real serious like organizations in the Pokemon anime with different characters. I mean, they still try to take the world. I mean, that's every evil organization, but you know. Oh, you want the whole spiel? I think I know it by memory. Oh, I think I know it by memory. It's well, obviously the original, they like ad-lib it and say different things in later seasons, but like it's prepare for trouble and make it double, and then to protect the world from devastation, to unite all regions within our nation, to denounce the evils of truth and love. What was the next line? Something about our skies above, and they say Jesse, James, Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light. So surrender now and prepare to fight. I don't know what. I don't. Dang, I almost had it. And then Meow says, "Meow, that's right." Yeah, that's basically it. Of course, in later seasons they change it up a little bit, but you know that's basically the gist. Actually, let's pause this for a second. Maybe can if you can hear this. Let's see if we can. Yeah, one sec. Okay, so let me raise the volume a little bit so you guys can hear it. So we can get the what it actually was.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
There we go.
Jesse.
James.
Team Rocket, blast up at the speed of light.
Surrender now or prepare to fight.
That's right.
Okay. That's what it was. Okay. All right, so I almost had it, you know. I almost had it.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of
Ads.
all my tasks.
Ads. I hate ads.
Everything I need.
I know. Iconic. Iconic. We heard that for over 20 years. So yeah. Okay. All right, back to this. Back to business. Putting Lewis up front. Because we have our new encounter in this route. Let's see who we get. Okay, we got a Sandshrew. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the current generation not knowing so much stuff that we know right now? It's oof. It's hard to even explain. Sleep, my pet. Sleep. Alright, Pokeball, go! Come on, I know you want to. Sleep. Sleep, my pet. Sleep. And I still have tackle, so I'm gonna tackle it to lower it a little bit. Ugh, tackle. Tackle is 95% accurate, not 100. I hate it. Oh. Oh my goodness. Go, Pokeball. Alright, we got our we have our Sandshrew now. Won't be useful for the next gym, but still. How is this a mouse? Explain to me how this is a mouse. Okay. Want to give a nickname? Yes. What should we name you? What should we name a Sandshrew? Because I named the ones I caught before treads. Because, you know, the skin, its skin looks like tire treads, you know? If you have a different one, I'd like to hear it. I'm trying to think. Digger? Nah, that's too lame. You know what? Good point. That's a good one. Yeah. Anakin. Sure. Yep. Alright. Anakin has been put into the PC, but we will see him soon. Alright, so now we are in the next city. Cerulean. Which, funny enough, back when I was younger, I called it Circulean. Because I thought the R was a C the entire time. And just going through here just to get a spare brain candy. They're always useful. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go up and fight our rival again. I'm gonna put Acrobat into the PC. Alright, deposit Acrobat and grab Anakin. Alright, so let's head up here. Let's level up Anakin just a little bit, you know, because we're not sure how much of him we're going to be using. Maybe you get something nice. Sand attack. Annoying, but helpful on our side. 15 is fine. And then we heal up. Okay. Who we're gonna start off with? Yeah, we're gonna start off with Lewis because we have another rival battle. Yo, you still struggling? Nah, not really. I'm doing great. I'm caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Here, let me see what you caught. I'll gladly show you. Level 18 Spearow. That's kind of scary. But we're still faster. Look at Shocked Birdo. By the way, have you seen the new Super Mario Galaxy movie? Any of you enjoy it? I thought that was great. Story may not have been top tier, but it was still very, very entertaining. I'm gonna switch into let's switch into Jackie C and lay out some karate chops. And accuracy too. That was a critical hit. Did you? That was a critical hit, and it did basically nothing. That thing's defense is nuts. I hate confusion. Yeah, a lot of people believe that a Smash Bros. Movie will be coming soon. Because the amount of characters they put into that movie is kind of ridiculous. I hate Sand Attack. I hate Sand Attack. Please hit. See, it's all accuracy checks are annoying. I'm gonna switch out into someone else. Let's bring in KFC. I am actually like for example, I put a question mark in my community post yesterday because I didn't know exactly what I was gonna play today. But then again, I wasn't expecting to lose. I run so badly the last time I played it. So, I just decided to just restart today. You know, take today to restart it. But yeah, if you have any ideas for games for me to play, I can test them out, and then see if they're worth the stream. See if I want to be streaming them. You know. I'm always scared of these rats. No way they Peck miss. No way they Peck miss. How the hell did Peck miss? I wasn't hit by Sand Attack. Or was I? I forgot already. But we have our first loss. I'm sorry, KFC. You weren't able to become a full chicken. Ooh. Ooh. Story RPGs. Bring it. For me, a good game has a good story. For me, a good game has to have a good story, but not just a good story. Some decent gameplay too, you know? Because if it just has a decent story, then I could just watch it on YouTube. But if it has decent gameplay, I would love to play. That sucks, but... Alright, Lewis. Avenge our fallen comrade. And now I can use Quick Attack. Alright, Thunder Shock. That did nothing. Thunder Wave. Oh, I hate Sand Attack. But since you are a normal type, I can come back in with Jackie C. God did so much damage. Okay, hold on. Before I do anything crazy and not lose another team member in this fight, let me look up if, because weirdly enough, some moves you would think are a type in this, you would think that they're a type in this game, are actually not. Okay, so moves learned. Gen 1. No! That's nuts! So, it turns out Karate Chop is not a fighting type move in this gen. It's a normal type move. Oh my goodness, no wonder it did so little against Sandshrew. One shot. A puzzle game, that meme? Yeah, crazy, right? Yeah, Karate Chop, a literal fighting type move in real life, is not a fighting type move in this generation. It's normal type. I know, it's nuts. Let's see, one shot. Puzzle game that me and my friends once played together, was really fun. Amori, one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, hold on. I think I've heard of Amori. Oh, Undertale and Deltarune. Yes, I've been wondering about Undertale because, like, obviously I know what it is, I know what it's about, but I've never played it before. So let's see, Omori. Huh. Never heard of this game. Huh, it kind of looks like Undertale. And then one shot? Then one shot? Sorry, I'm just taking a minute to look up these other things. Interesting. Alright, Lucas. I'll definitely do some research on these. Some of them look interesting. Of course, Undertale and Deltarune, they're going to be put on the list, for sure. Just not right now. Okay, so we took a lot of damage from that tackle, so I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to switch out. But to who exactly? You know what? Let's send an Anakin. He has decent enough defenses. Come on, keep scratching. That's fine. Keep scratching. Come on. Keep scratching. Come on. You're almost there. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Yeah. You know, I think I want to dedicate one stream a week to trying to doing just something different besides playing Pokemon, you know? Because, like, I don't want to be a one-shot pony. I know that most YouTube channels and streams are usually playing one game, but of course, at some point, you do kind of get bored of playing the same game over and over again, or at least the same type of series over and over again. I don't know how other people don't. But, like, I find it. That's why I kind of, like, switch off and on some games sometimes. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. You know, dedicating one stream a week to just playing something different from the norm. You know, just to give it some variety. Oh wait, let me change the box. Yes, I know, changing the box will save data. Been through this before. Persona 3. Oh yeah, those Persona games I've heard much about. Persona 3 and 5 were great when I played. If you haven't played 4, I haven't played 4 yet, but I can't couch for it. Vouch for it. I get you. All right, box 12. It's gonna be our death box. So we're gonna deposit KFC. Goodbye. And then we're gonna change back to box 1 just to have it ready. Well, obviously, if you're subscribed, you'll see that on my community post, I post a schedule of what days I will be playing and what exactly I'll be playing. Like you saw this week. For Tuesday and Thursday, I was playing my Nuzlocke, see? But on Saturday, or in this case Sunday, because I didn't feel very well yesterday, I had a question mark because I didn't know what I was going to be playing. I eventually decided just to continue playing today because I was a bit salty about how the last Nuzlocke ended last time, so here we are. But I can spend Saturday or Sunday, you know, playing a different game, just something different, you know, for a couple of hours, seeing and if I like playing it, I'll add it to the schedule, you know, something kind of like an in-between game when I switch between this Nuzlocke series I'm trying to do. Like my plan was to, as soon as I completed this game, was to play a different game, to play a different type of game, not Pokemon, before I do the next game on the list. So that's why I was hoping for options. Yeah, so thank you, Lucas. I'll make a list to put some of these in there. Persona, I've been hearing too much about, like Persona 5. Eventually I will play it, just don't know when. But it's nice to get some of those indie options too. I mean, Undertale and Deltarune at this point are just mainstream now. Everybody knows about them. So I'll add those too. Yeah, I tried to make the schedule based on like my free time compared to the days I have off, because I do work and I work overnight. I work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So it's kind of hard for me to do something like in the middle of the day. That's why I stream like mostly in the late afternoon. But yeah, I have the schedule there so that if people can join in, they join in, and if they can't, then they know then the stream will be on YouTube, because my streams are always on my YouTube channel. My streams are always on my YouTube channel, and if you want to catch up on what I missed, go ahead. And if you have time to catch a stream or two, that's good too. I always try to make things available so that everybody can see. Not to mention, I make shorts too. I make shorts too, you know, for some funny moments, some fails, and just anything that seems interesting from the streams. Okay. Alright, so we're back to healing up, and now we're gonna go back up to the next spot. Because we need... Still here, huh, Platinum? That's nice. Okay, so I'm gonna level people up to 18. So that I don't have more mishaps. And we have an evolution coming up. Wingman. Which we haven't really used at all, but it's important to have some sort of flying type. Pidgeotto. That's why we have the rare candies. Just in case. We have Monarch to level 18. Supersonic. Ugh. Annoying move. Nope. Not gonna learn Supersonic. So Supersonic is off. And then for Anakin. Slash. Slash is beautiful. Okay. Let's keep it going. We already defeated rival. I want to give Jackie C some more. I want to give Jackie C some more levels. Well, also Lewis will be important too. And then Wingman, and then it's hard, you know. It's hard because like you could obviously you could just level up your Pokemon with rare candidates and stuff, but you also kind of want to give them some love, you know, knowing that, you know, they're part of the team instead of just, you know, there. That's why I do this. Caterpie. And then we have Jackie C. So, even though it's apparently a normal type move, we're just gonna use Karate Chop because it has a high critical hit ratio. And then Mega Punch. Boy. By the way, another game that I am going to be playing again because they like adding something to bring people back in is I would like to be playing Splatoon again. Because I still want to reach the higher ranks of games. That's something I wanted to do when I planned on streaming again, is that I want to play games that have like a sort of like a ranking system, and kind of like to try to do my best to get to the top of those rankings. You know, because the games look fun, and obviously having like a leaderboard of some kind of gives you a little incentive to try to be the best. And I don't know, I'm like sure, I mostly play games for fun, but having a little incentive to say, hey, I'm good at this game is also a reason I play, you know, because I want to be good at games, you know, not just play them. Yes, I am incredibly excited for Splatoon Raiders. Like, I haven't played Splatoon since I last streamed, and when I saw that announcement, and the fact that Deep Cut is the idol group that is with you in that game, I am so excited. It kind of brought my excitement of Splatoon back. So I will be playing that game when it comes out. So be prepared for that. And until then, I might splash in some Splatoon 3 stream days until the release, because I will be playing that to completion when it comes out. So get excited. All right, let's continue. And I'm going to speed things up, you know. Somehow low kick is a fighting type move, so we'll be using that. And then karate chop. I know that's the sucky thing. That this game is for the Switch too, but hopefully that means that we won't have much like connection. It's a standalone game. Like, it's a standalone like it doesn't require like internet connection and stuff. So hopefully it won't be too bad. But it means it'll be running well. And besides, if they do add something that makes multiplayer, that if they add a multiplayer aspect to it, I'm sure people will still be playing it. Oh, wow, much longer after the game is out. I did a lot. Switching out to Monarch. I don't want to take any chances because I actually want to keep Jackie C on the team. Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah, so get ready. It comes out in 2 months in July, so get ready for that. Oh, another game that got surprised announced that I will be playing when it comes out is the new Star Fox game, which is incredibly weird that they shadow dropped an announcement and a release date for said game. And of course, in typical Star Fox fashion, it's another reboot / remake of the original Star Fox, which I'm not complaining too much about, but I hope that this game sparks a new start for the series, because they tried to reboot the series a couple of times, or at least tried to make something new with the Star Fox series, but it hasn't really gotten there yet. Because like Star Fox Zero, I found it fun, and I found it really nice to look at, but it was made for the Wii U, and the Wii U was not the most popular console out there. Not to mention that some of the controls were very weird to, you know, function like that. But it was nice to see. So they're trying again. Oh really? Yeah, Star Fox. But yeah, they literally announced a direct for Star Fox, literally an hour before the direct was about to happen. So that was completely out of left field. And they showed off the new game, how it's gonna look like, and the fact that it's releasing next month. So they had this in the shadows for a very long time. So And that is another game I will be playing on the stream when it comes out, because it's gonna be really fun. Plus, it's an excuse for me to use my Switch 2 on something other than Pokemon and Pikmin. Alright, so now we have our next encounter right here. Let's see who we get. Venonat. Why you? I haven't seen you in a while since you beat most of my team. But you are our encounter, so we're gonna be using you. You should survive one confusion, right? Beautiful. Alright, time to chuck. Pokeball, go! Alright. That's another Pokemon. Venonat. What to name you? Because you become a moth. This was one of the routes that Oddish pops up in. Sadly, we got Venonat, so we have to stick with him. Since you're becoming a moth, I'm gonna name you Mothra. Yeah, sadly, this is one of the routes that Oddish pops up in. But it didn't pop up first, so we had to catch Venonat. Oh, I wanted this! I wanted the Bellsprout! Oh, I wanted the Bellsprout. That's one of my favorites. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. So, to make this game even more interesting, you actually get all 3 starters in this game for free by these random people. So we just got a Charmander from this guy. And I'm gonna name you after the last one I had. Lizardon. The Japanese name for Charizard. And of course, he uses PC. Which reminds me that there's another starter that we missed because we didn't go inside of a house. I think it was this one. Yeah, this girl has a Bulbasaur that she's gonna give to us. Yes. We just got a Charmander and a Bulbasaur. Crazy. And now for Bulbasaur, you know what, Lucas? Oh, let me name my Bulbasaur for me. Because the last name I came up with it was Root, which was the name that someone named their Venusaur in the first Pokemon movie. Because I couldn't think of anything. If you guys got one, lay it on me. I got nothing. It's dark behind me. Hopefully I'm not coming up too bright. Flora. Yep. Go with it. Flora. Alright. So yeah, we just got a Charmander and a Bulbasaur. Crazy. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows why many of the Gen 1 sprites look Who knows why many of the Gen 1 sprites look how they look? Ask the creators who thought of that. Okay, so it's not exactly how we wanted to have it, but we do have a grass type now, which is very useful. But we're going to be using electric types for now. I mean, most of the sprites for the Pokemon and the overworld look exactly the same. Alright, Jack, you see? Low kick. I'm not afraid of that. Good. I get sleepy when it starts. Let me turn on the light. Much better. And I can go around and around. Monarch up front. And fight more people. Yep. Oh, I want one of those. I wanted one of those so bad, but we didn't get it in the early routes. I love Nidoking. I think it's safe to say that Nidoking is my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. It just looks so cool and it can learn lots of stuff. And then we're gonna beat it. Not. That doesn't hurt at all. Level 19. Then we have this guy. I'm just going to put Jackie C again. Just keep going. Yo, dude. We have a fighting type for you. Low kick. Dead. Low kick. Dead. My chop. Karate chop. Not dead, sadly. But that's why we have a low kick. Dead. Another low kick. Dead. Love it. And we have this chick. Let's put Monarch up front. Oh look! Look, Lucas! It's the Odyssey you've been waiting for. Sadly, it's held by a trainer, and we have to confuse it. Yeah, you like Oddish, I like Bellsprout. They're two different sides. Ooh, might hurt. Good. Honor Creep is becoming really good. And then another Oddish. And then we have to knock it out. Poor thing, only with Absorb. Sweet. Monarch Bullet. Yeah, I like Bellsprout because of its final evolution, Vileplume. Yeah. Pikachu found something interesting. Ah yeah, I'm a Pokemon. No, I'm not. Call me Bill. I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. If you ever watched the old movie called The Fly, this is basically what it's referencing. A guy who combined himself with a Pokemon, just like the guy who combined himself with a fly. So now we're just gonna reverse the process. Time for the cell separator. And we're good. Welcome back, Bill. Pikachu looks so shocked. Yeah. Anyway, give me the ticket so I can get out of here. Alright, so now that we did all that, it's time to fight the second gym. Which I'm not really too worried about. Because we have Pokemon that are good enough. Gonna put Lewis up front. Let's level up Mothra a little bit. Fusion. Put Lewis on the Slam. Slam sucks. Not even a good. What does Mothra have? Has tackle, disable, super sun. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending off stream. I'm gonna be ending stream very soon, but that's fine. Thanks so much for stopping by, Lucas. I hope you join us for the next stream. Okay. You'll have a good day, night, wherever you live. Okay. Time to fight the second gym. I'm gonna skip this guy because I don't need to fight him. More than good enough? That's very boastful. Thundershock. Gotcha. Hey, anytime you can pass by Lucas, it's good enough for me. Make sure to make time in life for the important things, okay? Alright, sweet. That worked out. Alright, let's do it. Second gym. Hi, you're a new face. What's your policy on Pokemon? What is your approach? My policy is an all-out offensive with water-type Pokemon. The world famous beauty is your host. I mean, how old are the gym leaders now that I think about it? I know we're 10 years old, but how old are they? Start you. Alright. Thundershock. Which miss? Great. Starting off great. With a miss that shouldn't have happened. Paralysis. Nice. How did we lose that much already? Oh, I'm so sorry, Luca. I'm so sorry, Luca. So sorry about that. I'll make sure to say it right next time. Alright, Starmie. What do we got? Thunder Wave. Ooh, Lewis, you're the boss. We got the Thunder Wave off, and now it's slower than everything we got. So now I can safely switch out into someone else. Who exactly? I have no idea. It's Sing Out Wingman. Now we're just gonna gust you. Pardon? Interesting. Interesting that it just uses Harden. That's fine. That's fine. We just keep gusting you. Keep getting hit. Finally uses Bubble Beam. Wow. I did a lot. Keep using Harden. I don't mind. Critical hit. And then X defend? Why? Are you gonna lose like this? Come on, Wingman. Come on, Wingman. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice work, Wingman. Happens to the best of us. Still better than all my friends will automatically assume my name is written with a K instead of a C and use that on every document that needs to have my name on it. Seriously? Seriously? I never I always thought that Luca was spelled with a C. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just an American thing because, like, I always thought it was with a C when I hear the name Luca. It's Luke that we think it's with a K, but not Luca. Well, anyway, it's great to officially meet you, Luca. All right, so we won that gym, honestly, pretty nicely. I mean, Wingman was in red health, but that Starmie just decided to keep using Harden for some reason, and of course, Lewis made it out with red health by getting the nice Thunder Wave on it. So I couldn't have asked for a better gym battle. Okay. God. Alright, so time to deposit some mons and change some guys out. Alright, so I'm going to deposit Monarch. And then I'm gonna deposit Anakin for right now. And then we're gonna grab it is, but in German the name Lucas exists, and a lot of people started cutting the S and naming their child that. Huh. My parents decided to give me the Italian version of the name, and that's what they told me. Huh. Interesting. It's always nice to figure out the origins of your name, you know? Alright, so I'm gonna grab Lizardon. And I'm also gonna grab a Flora. Just to have a grass type on our team. Just to get a little variety, you know? Alright, so we're gonna grab one more encounter. Oh, actually, we have a fight coming up with somebody, so I always get weirded out by that when I hear. I just heard on this lo-fi playlist I put in the background, you know, for the background noise. They put this Discord call thing, and then I always think like someone is calling me. Oh boy. All right, so I gotta be careful because they have a drowsy, so Mothra's not gonna cut it here. What are your moves again? Nah, it's not useful. Let's level up Lizardon and Flora right now. Just to get him up to speed. Mind Whip. And we have Flora evolving. And we have Ivysaur. I'm gonna level up to level 20. And then also do the same thing with the Zardon. Hey, they gave us these starters for free. Might as well use them. And then we have Lizardon evolving. Also over here, the name Luca, not really popular shortly after I was born, so that makes it something stronger. Well, that's why sometimes it's important to, you know, to got okay. So also over here, the name Luca got really popular shortly after I was born. Got it. I gotcha. So Luca, you're from Germany, right? So you're from Germany. So you're watching me from Germany right now. That's awesome. Awesome. I know a German person. Cool. Okay, now with these guys like this, now I'm gonna Level. No, fight the guy. How do I want to start this? And Flora. As Leech Seed. Okay, that can work. I'm gonna put Flora up front, and then we're going in. We're gonna fight this rocket grunt. I'm an innocent bystander? You're behind someone's yard. I apologize. Sometimes my memory is not the greatest, especially knowing where people are from. I mean, yeah, you're one of my first viewers. Critical hits. I hate them. Okay, that's gone. Now we have the drowsy, which I gotta be careful with because it knows confusion. Who can I switch? What do you think? Do you think it survives the confusion? Actually, you know what? To make this safer, I need to see if it actually knows confusion. Okay, moves learned, Gen 1. Level 17. It does know confusion. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm going Leech Seed. Come on, Flora. Come on. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm gonna switch out to Wingman. Sweet. I got the healing from Leech Seed, and now I got Wingman doing his thing. Quick attack. Hypnosis? Ooh, that's annoying. But good thing I missed. Keep going, Wingman. Keep going. Good. Keep missing. I did not want to deal with that. Awesome. Wow. August of 2024. That is incredible. Man, I can't believe it's been almost 2 years since then. It's been almost 2 years since I first started streaming. Hopefully this time I continue streaming because I like playing video games. So hopefully it continues. Alright, we're just gonna go grab our next encounter and then I'm gonna call the stream. Because I am hungry and I want to make some food. Okay, who are we gonna get? Alright, who are we getting? Okay, so when we encounter Pokemon that we already have a species of, like for example, if we have a Pidgey that evolved into Pidgeotto, this is what's called a dupes. So that means that we can run away from it and get a new encounter. Alright, give me someone good. Give me something good, come on. No Pidgey. Run. Alright. I said no Pidgeys, come on. It had to be the rat. Alright, fine. Looks like I'm gonna be catching you. And then I'm going to Thunder Shock you. Okay. Ooh, this might hurt. Okay. Pokeball, go! And we caught Rattata. Nice. The rat Pokemon. Yes, I'm gonna give it a name. I'm gonna name you Bucky. Alrighty then. That is where I'm going to be ending off my stream for today. I will be making the schedule for next week's streams starting tonight, so keep a close eye on the community tab. And thank you for everyone who joined in today. So, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and always remember to stay awesome. See ya.